Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, March 14th. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, it was once an important public health institution here for the entire D.C. area. But long ago abandoned, Glendale Hospital is now an eyesore that sits among some prime real estate.
Drive along Glendale Road in Prince George's County and you'll see what's akin to a ghost town. But this large facility, consisting of 23 buildings on more than 200 acres, is now up for sale. It was built in 1934 and closed in 1981 due to asbestos.
Glendale Hospital property is owned and maintained at this time by the Department of Parks and Recreation. It has not been utilized as a hospital facility for several decades, and the maintenance of the property is excessive. So we feel that there is some interest from the community in purchasing and developing that property, so we want to give them that opportunity.
Glendale Hospital was an old tuberculosis sanatorium and isolation hospital. Now officials say whoever takes over this site must be qualified financially to clean it up.
Well, obviously, whoever purchases the property would be responsible for whatever maintenance or upgrades or development to the property that occurs after the purchase.
Is it something that could be extensive?
Given the last dates when the property was in use, there would be some significant effort on the part of any new development to bring it into current standards.
The purpose of the session is this is a pre-offer meeting.
The Park and Planning Commission is now soliciting sealed offers for the purchase of the historic site and held a meeting for potential bidders this morning to answer questions of prospective buyers.
This pre-offer and the solicitation is open to the public, but part of the requirement of the bid is that anyone that would bid on the property would need to be in a position to maintain or develop the property in a manner that is appropriate for their solicitation to be considered.
And later this month, prospective buyers will be taken on a tour of the former hospital site.
Marijuana is one step closer to being decriminalized in the state. The Senate today voting in favor of a bill that would take away jail time and make possessions of small amounts punishable by just a fine. Denise Douglas explains.
Those in favor of decriminalizing marijuana got the big win today, but not before a whole lot of debate. Let me take you to the Senate floor and show you exactly what I mean. Things got pretty heated as lawmakers argued back and forth whether passing the bill was a good idea or not. Essentially, the legislation introduced by Senator Robert Zirkin would impose a fine, not jail time, for someone caught with 10 grams or less of the drug. Now, opponents worry that reducing the penalty would lead to more drug use. Supporters say, though, there are a lot of good things that could actually happen here. Number one being that it would reduce the number of people of color in the criminal justice system for petty crimes. After lots of back and forth, the final vote, 36-8, which means the decriminalization bill has been approved.
This is a bill decriminalization's been tried in a multitude of other states around the country, some 17 or 18 of them. And some of them have had civil statutes since the 70s. New York, Mississippi, it's been a civil offense since the 70s. And those states that have it have lower rates of usage than we do. And I'm not saying that there's a correlation between civil statute and lower rates, but I think there's something to the fact that they've had a renewed fiscal focus on treatment. And rather than just kind of giving a bunch of thousands of people a criminal record for no particular reason, they've been able to focus their resources on treatment.
I'm just deeply concerned about the fact that our young people have been smoking marijuana and the impact and the effects that it has on the brain of our young people. Now, even though they're saying it's for recreational purposes, I'm looking at the bill and I'm not so sure that it does a good job of really regulating the use of marijuana. I'm very, very concerned about it.
A similar bill is pending in the House. I'm Denise Douglas in Annapolis, CTV News.
And the General Assembly is also considering full legalization of marijuana, which would involve taxing and regulating the drug, similar to alcohol. And one final note, leaders in the district are also reconsidering prohibitions of the drug.
For the third time in 36 hours, a Prince George's family is able to escape from their burning home thanks to a working smoke alarm. This morning around 11 o'clock, firefighters found this home in the 7100 block of Belts Drive in District Heights engulfed in flames after a kitchen stove malfunction ignited combustibles nearby. No injuries are reported, but 5 adults and 1 child have been displaced. Fire loss is estimated at $75,000. On Wednesday and Thursday, 2 separate families escaped their burning homes in Glendale and in Hyattsville thanks to working smoke detectors. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Byron Scott.